Hello and welcome to the Insights and Motivation YouTube podcast. Yes, this is an AI-generated content, but remember, there was a human at the beginning of it, creating and curating this material with care and purpose. I request you, dear listener, to step aside from any bias and listen to the message itself. Take the message, not the messenger. That is the key. The same is true for the rest of the playlists and podcasts on this channel, each designed to inspire thought, dialogue, and transformation. Now, let me begin the podcast. Lifestyle, recreation, and sports, culture-preserving applications of democratic principles. Games, sports, leisure, and hobbies are where culture breathes in everyday life. Media, entertainment, and popular culture shape how young people see success, beauty, courage, and community. If we apply democracy well, you and I can expand access, protect identity, and elevate local traditions while preparing students for a global playing field. SEO, inclusive sports education, traditional games, esports and mental health, fan culture literacy, women in sports, Paralympic inclusion, culturally responsive PE, club governance, media and body image, safe sport policy. Measure 1. Equality and inclusivity in schools. Why it matters. Inequality shows up in who gets field time, what sports are funded, which bodies are celebrated, and whose leisure is called serious. Cultural lenses, examples, gender and caste class barriers, South Asia, race, US, region, multi-ethnic states, disability access, facilities, equipment, coaching, traditional versus elite sports, kabaddi versus cricket, wrestling versus tennis, stickball versus baseball. Cost barriers, gear-intensive sports exclude low-income students. Practical cultivation, dual-track scheduling, equal rotation for traditional local games and mainstream sports. Universal design, PE, ramps, tactile markings, visual timers, sign interpreters, quiet zones. Equipment library, community-donated gear, low-cost DIY alternatives, PVC goals, cloth nets. Body-neutral uniforms, options for modesty, sensory needs, and climate. Participation parity goal, track minutes, coaching quality, and facility access across groups. Number 2, freedom and rights. Why it matters. Students deserve freedom to choose how they play, rest, create, or compete, and freedom to opt out without stigma. Cultural lenses, religious modesty needs, creative leisure, music, dance, cosplay, crafts, undervalued compared with team sports. Esports gaming seen as waste versus potential for skill and community. Practical cultivation, choice-based PE menus, traditional games, strength, dance, yoga, walking clubs, maker clubs, esports. Conscience accommodations, alternative activities during chants or rituals that conflict with beliefs. Gaming rights with guardrails, age-appropriate titles, session length caps, team codes of conduct, mental health check-ins. Section 3, rule of law and accountability. Why it matters. Safe sport and fair play need visible rules that apply to everyone, players, coaches, fans. Practical cultivation, safe sport code, anti-hazing, anti-bullying, anti-harassment, clear reporting lines and protections. Selection transparency, published criteria, open trials, independent appeal panel. Health first, concussion protocols, heat policies, menstrual health support, anti-doping education. Coach accountability, annual reviews with player and parent feedback. Nanashvar 4, participation and representation. Why it matters. Representation means co-deciding what the school plays, who coaches, and how budgets are set. Practical cultivation, student athletics and arts council, seats reserved for girls, disability sport, traditional games, esports, and arts clubs. Budget ballots, students help allocate festival, equipment, and travel funds. Community coaches, bring in local wrestlers, kabaddi captains, capoeira maestras, taiko drummers, indigenous gamekeepers. Nasher 5, transparency and truthfulness. Why it matters. Media and celebrity culture can glamorize risk and erase labor. Transparency builds realistic expectations. Practical cultivation, open data boards, selection scores, playtime stats, budget summaries. Media literacy labs, deconstruct ads, celebrity endorsements, and body image filters. Compare with athlete wellness research. Injury reporting and return to play. Plain language flowcharts for families. Number 6, deliberation and dialogue. Why it matters. Fan rivalries, dress norms, chant language, and sponsorships can divide communities without structured dialogue. Practical cultivation, pre-event dialogue circles, agree on positive chants, anti-slur norms, and crowd behavior roles. Sponsorship ethics forum, students debate sponsorships, e.g. alcohol betting, and propose alternatives. Calendar diplomacy, avoid clashes with sacred days, create festival-friendly fixtures. 7. Checks, balances, and power sharing. Why it matters. Concentrated power in one coach, captain, or clique leads to favoritism. Practical cultivation, rotating captaincy and leadership ladders, strategy lead, wellness lead, culture lead. Peer officiating and VAR light, students trained as referees with review clips for learning, not shaming. Independent ombudsperson, confidential complaint intake beyond the coach. Nahesher 8, civic education and awareness. Why it matters. Sport and leisure are public health, environment, and diplomacy issues. Practical cultivation, green games protocol, refill stations, no single-use plastics, kit repair drives, cycle-to-game incentives. Service through sport, coaching younger kids, wheelchair basketball exhibitions, inclusive fun runs. Cultural diplomacy fixtures, home and away series featuring each side's heritage game and music. Nahar 9, social justice and equity. Why it matters. Leisure can heal or harm. Equity ensures everyone belongs. Practical cultivation, fee waivers and travel grants for low-income players. Girls-only hours or family hours where needed. Gender-inclusive facilities and language. Disability sports mainstreamed. Wheelchair races and sports day. Seated volleyball. Blind cricket. Anti-racism, anti-caste clinics. Scenario training for bystander intervention on and off the field. Tomorrow morning micro practices. Start with a 3-minute cultural warm-up, folk dance step, breathing drill, local game move. Skillshare Fridays. One student teaches a move from a heritage sport or hobby. Add a cool-down reflection. What value did we practice? Fairness, grit, care, teamwork. Captain's log. Rotating student keeps a wellness and inclusion check. Who sat out, who shined, who needs support. Post-selection criteria and practice plans outside the gym. Minimal policy kit, plain language 1 to 2 pages each. 1. Inclusive PE and club charter. Choice menus, uniform flexibility, accessibility. 2. Safe sport and anti-harassment code, reporting plus protections. 3. Selection and playtime transparency, criteria appeals. 4. Health and wellness standard, injury, heat, menstruation, nutrition, screen time, and esports. 5. Budget and sponsorship rules, student ballots, ethics review. Our assessment and accountability, simple metrics. Participation rate by gender, disability, language, region, income. Minutes of facility access per group, coach to player ratio parity. Percent events meeting green games protocol. Injury and return to play compliance rate. Surveyed belonging and safety during sports, leisure. TAC community coaches and heritage game sessions delivered. Culture-specific adaptation examples, use modify. India, unity and diversity through play, weekly rotation, kabaddi, kho-kho, kushti, gilli danda basics, plus cricket, football, and yoga sana sport. Women-led kabaddi kho-kho clinics, menstruation-friendly facilities, low-cost midi akata conditioning. Paralympic inclusion, seated shot put, blind cricket with rattling ball, sign first pep talks for deaf teams. Film sport hero literacy, analyze training, discipline, and community uplift, separate hype from health. Japan, Bukatsu club culture, balance rigor with rest days, explore Kyudo, Kendo, Karate alongside baseball and dance, reflection journals for Kaizen. Brazil, football and samba, street to school pipelines, futsal skills into academic PE, capoeira for rhythm, balance, and history. West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Afrobeats dance fitness, local wrestling traditions, Adinkra values posters linking teamwork, unity, resilience. Aotearoa, New Zealand, Kio Rahi and Waka Ama integrated with rugby and netball, Haka taught with cultural context and consent. Middle East and North Africa, evening fixtures for heat, family stands, women's leagues with privacy-respecting uniforms, Ramadan-aware schedules. United States, Title IX lens on budgets and facilities, community basketball, baseball, softball, skate parks, esports with wellness breaks, and digital citizenship. Indigenous North America, lacrosse stick-making workshops, powwow dance fitness, land acknowledgement before rivalry games, refugee low-power contexts global, low-cost kits, solar-lit evening leagues, trauma-aware coaching, no-questions gear libraries. Deaf, Ho-H, and blind low-vision global, visual haptic start cues, caption tactics videos, tactile field maps, showcase goalball and five-a-side blind football. Entertainment and popular culture, using icons wisely. Hero curriculum, compare a sport or film icon's values, discipline, teamwork, social justice with local heroes and everyday role models, coaches, nurses, artisans. Parasocial literacy, teach boundaries, sponsor skepticism, and the economics behind influencer content. Esports ethics, team charters on chat toxicity, tilt management, sleep, nutrition, posture, and screen hygiene. Storytelling for Pride, student mini-docs on local playground legends, artisans' leisure crafts, or grandmothers' board games. How nations project themselves globally and how you can guide students. Soft power through play. Host heritage game showcases with bilingual commentary and student-made explainers. Green explainers. Green inclusive events. Publicize accessibility, women's fixtures, and disability sports. Signals modern values. Content pipelines, publish highlight reels, podcasts, and explainers with open captions and alt text. Export culture, accessibly. Did this podcast resonate with you? Are you an educator or a higher authority with the ability to influence educational policy and reform? If so, I encourage you to share this podcast as widely as possible within your connections, and do share and subscribe to this channel. This channel has lots of playlists and educational psychological content with a focus on how to improve all systems of education, corporate culture, and many such topics. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next podcast.